remaining.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Mountain Trail Challenge. It's going to be just a best of one, which is always a little bit awkward whenever you turn on the stream, but it should be a pretty good one between Vega Squadron and LemonDogs. I'm Mike Loris, going to be one of your casters for today. I've got HeflaTV on the microphone as well. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yes. Okay, that's it?
Yes.
That's okay.
That's it. Nothing else today.
So, I guess you're not feeling that hot then. That's
No,
shame.
I just do the low budget cast today.
We're going to do a low budget cast?
Yeah, at least I do. You will be working full time.
Oh. Okay.
I just needed to qualify myself for the 50-50. I'm done.
You're just bailing out beforehand, so if you say like some really stupid shit, you have an excuse, right?
Pretty much. And look, there's the gyrocopter. I'm out of here.
Okay, bye. Well, guys, I'm going to be your only caster today. I got Petty on stats as well. Of course, you can't see anything that he's typing or inputting right now because there's not much to put in, but he will be here, hopefully. And, well, yeah, it should be a pretty good one. Vega Squadron, the fairly overwhelming favorites to actually take this game. LemonDogs, they're no slouches, but Vega Squadron have been on an absolute tear recently.
Yep. Anyway, guys, in all seriousness, this is, of course, the Mountain Trail tournament here. It is a 5K tournament organized by the Swiss Dota 2 community. It's a pretty interesting project what they have there. I talked a bit to those guys. They have a lot of games today, so they asked us to help them out. That's why you're gonna see us today on this one, Vega Squad versus LemonDogs. And the good thing is you're also gonna see us more today, but even with the same teams, or at least one of them. Vega Squadron is gonna go against who, Mike? Later?
That was for game show, right? That's gonna be after this game and an hour, and that should be going up against Goomba. So that was probably the top two in the group that people would expect to move out, and they are currently in the top two of the group. So
yeah, game show, it was against Goomba on our game show English channel. That's where you can find us at 19 CET. But anyway, let's focus on this one. Gyrocopter Visage being picked and a Beastmaster Scarab Mage on the other side.
Alright, so immediately we have lots of small combos going on here. The Beastmaster Scarab Mage, you roar into Mystic Flare. That's most of the time going to be a dead enemy, especially when the enemies are this soft. Gyrocopter Visage, not exactly durable. And then on the other end, Gyrocopter Visage in lane, very, very dangerous. If you somehow get close enough for a Rocket Barrage with the help of Grave Chill or a Magic Missile, if they pick up that, then no matter who they catch, they'll probably be dead also. So there's a lot of burst combos between these two teams.
Yep, definitely. As for Gyrocopter Visage, I'm wondering if you're gonna see a bit more coming out there, as in like something you can do to boost the birds. There is the draw range already being banned out, which is, I guess, the logical choice by LemonDogs right now. No Phoenix, no AFK in base standing lone druid with a bear. Okay, that's, I guess, something just Vega doesn't want to see. Beastmasters yesterday, I don't know, like we had crazy performances and bad performances. We pretty much had everything, all sorts of Beastmasters. Let's see how this one goes. It's definitely something nice to stop the Gyrocopter, especially once he gets his BKB. It's gonna be all going ham, and the Beastmaster is pretty much the one who can stop him, regardless of BKB, for example.
And maybe LemonDogs are gonna grab a little bit more in the way of stopping their going through BKB targets. Right now they don't really have that much damage outside of their spells, so Gyrocopter, should he grab that, and just right off the bat he probably will be considering it, then well, I mean, LemonDogs are going to need some way to deal with a Gyrocopter that is getting a lot of farm, or even Gyrocopter support. We saw that yesterday as well, and it, well, did so well that it transitioned really hard into a not support role, got a whole bunch of items like BKBs, Glimmer Capes, whatnot, and then just went off. That's the flexibility with Gyrocopter, and that's, well, together with its just inherent strength, is a big reason why you're going to see Gyrocopter in the first pick slot.
Yep, definitely. And now, well, they take their time. I mean, the bans, they really took maximum of the time, even some overtime, to just decide for Rubik, which is, I guess, interesting, to be honest. It's nothing I've seen directly coming out, even though, well, Rubik is something we see right now coming always in when a Beastmaster has been picked, because, for example, Raw is pretty easy to steal. As for anything else, we don't even see the full spectrum of spells that could have been stolen. Either way, Rubik being out, and now, well, Nature's Prophet on LemonDogs. So, Beastmaster Nature's Prophet, is this something like we saw from SFZ yesterday, scary faces going in a push direction?
It looks like it probably will be. Like, you don't pick up a Nature's Prophet this early. unless you have some sort of strategy involved with him. And as far as strategies involved with Nature's Prophet, most of them, if not all of them, involve some sort of pushing. This is actually going to make the Lone Druid ban from Vega Squadron a lot better. So I don't know if they anticipated this, but they will get a little bit more extra value as far as that is concerned. But if LemonDogs really want to go for push, they could grab Lishrak, they could grab a DK. Both of those still available, and for Vega, they may or may not want to grab those first, but they do have to worry about this upcoming push.
Yep, definitely. I mean, Gyrocopter is something that can actually stop a push. Only problem is, of course, when Beastmaster and maybe even Nature's Prophet bring in some Necro books, then he has to even be careful, because you might accidentally kill 2 Necro Warriors and find yourself on pretty low HP with Flak Cannon. That is, of course, when he has BKB on, he can go full ham even on a push wave. So let's see what's coming. Visage, of course, also has some split push potential, even though the Visages we saw, I don't know, in the last some days, the games I watched or the games I casted, not too much. But what we saw also quite often is, of course, that Night Stalker, yeah. So this is our early roaming hero.
And between the slow of the Night Stalker, the slow of the Visage, they should have more than enough in order to get their target under the rocket barrage of the Gyrocopter. It's of course less than ideal. You would love to have like a fissure into Grave Chill or something like that, but this will do just fine. And this is going to be Vega Squadron pretty much just doing Vega Squadron things. They are an aggressive team and they love running their Night Stalker, so this probably should not be a surprise to anyone, and it's just going to be Vega Squadron keeping up with what they know works for them. And it is a good way of stopping pushes. We also saw this yesterday in the Scary Faces series where a team tried to go for this pushing strategy and they just got so far behind before they actually could start pushing that their pushing didn't do anything, and that's what Night Stalker can allow you to do.
Yep, exactly. That's slowing it all down, especially Nature's Prophet might be really vulnerable against this. If they put him in an offlane, then Night Stalker just coming through, you have a silence, you have even a mini stun at nighttime, which means there's no way you can just TP out. Shadow Fiend now coming out. So is this could potentially be a Gyrocopter versus Shadow Fiend in the mid, which is, in my opinion, something really bad for the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, one of those heroes who can't, for example, handle a rocket spam.
Yeah, rocket spam's annoying, but at the same time, Gyrocopter's barrage gets a lot worse when it's in the mid lane. You have less room to move around. There's less mobility because it's a smaller lane. And then Shadow Fiend has comparable damage to the Gyrocopter. I would say it's a little bit more 50-50, if not even 60-40 for the Shadow Fiend. But for LemonDogs, like, what are their lanes actually going to be like right now? Because with Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster, they're usually both going to go towards the off lane. Like 9 times out of 10, that's going to be what they do. But when you have both of them together, I thought Beastmaster was going to go mid. I guess mid lane, safe lane Shadow Fiend is alright, but I really don't know what the LemonDogs lanes are going to look like.
Well, there are just 2 options unless you go for dual lanes. Shadow Fiend safe lane, put in Beastmaster in the mid, Nature's Prophet in the off lane, or option 2, put in Nature's Prophet in the jungle, which is something we haven't seen in about 10,000 years of Dota. So I don't know if that's actually happening. Like a full active jungle prophet, that's something, nope, in a long time not seen. But a Darkseer is coming out on the other side. That's also quite interesting, I have to say. I mean, the Night Stalker is one of those heroes who benefits quite a lot from the Iron Shell, but other than that, I'm not so sure how this one actually fits in.
I mean, they have some pretty cute combinations with the Darkseer. As you said, Ion Shell on Night Stalker is pretty sweet. Surge on Gyrocopter is also freaking terrifying. Like, the LemonDogs side are still very soft. If you just surge Gyrocopter right in with a Rocket Barrage, that'll be really dangerous. I was going to mention that Spirit Breaker. That's the combination that we usually see with this Darkseer. It's kind of similar to the Night Stalker in Darkseer, is that you just have a really tanky strength hero just run into the enemies with Ion Shell on, and that usually does quite a bit of damage. But I'm kind of on the same page as you. Darkseer is not exactly the strongest hero in Dota right now, not exactly the most perfectly positioned. It's a fine offlane hero, I guess.
I mean, he got buffed, but like the problem I have is I don't know, it just doesn't fit here because I just don't see who's actually benefiting from, for example, receiving an Iron Shell except for the Night Stalker. Okay, being hasted up, that's nice for the Gyrocopter to actually come in. There's Rocket Barrage, melee to whatever target. We have, I guess, the wall, and the wall is now something that comes up at I don't know, a decent duration on all levels, which means picking up a wall at level 6 is, for example, option right now. Then again, the vacuum is not big enough at this point because you go Iron Shell instead. So I just don't see the synergy right now, but maybe I'm completely wrong. There's one good combination we could have. Of course, a big vacuum into the call down, slowing them, Visage, stuns, plus the Night Stalker also going for a slow. That's something where you can keep people actually around a wall or into a call down, etc. The Shadow Fiend illusion, for example, also applying some nice auras as well as the Beastmaster. It's very interesting, but still not sure if this really works out. Now that I also see, for example, Earthshaker.
Yeah, and at the same time, like Darkseer Gyrocopter, as nice of a combo as that is, it's not really the most dangerous. Like vacuum into Black Hole or into a Ravage, like that's something to be really scared of. But being vacuumed into a call down, yeah, it'll hurt, but you could probably work around it decently. But LemonDogs, they're going to grab a Shaker, as you said, for their last pick. So Shaker Scarith Mage going to be their dual support combo. Pretty well positioned to deal with a Night Stalker, but they might be a little bit CC light, hard CC light in this game overall, especially up against a Surge from Darkseer. They really need to grab a stunning hero, and Shaker's probably the best that you're going to find in that regard. But yeah, Vega Squadron looks like they're just planning on playing things super aggressively. This may or may not work out, of course, but for the as far as the Darkseer pick is concerned, they need another combo, and there's your combo right there. Suddenly, vacuum into wall call down with a coil on top. That's something to be scared of.
Yeah, actually, this now makes a lot of sense. So they want to have like this patch of doom they can pretty much lay on the ground. The puck can initiate with silence, coil, Darkseer wall on top of all of that, vacuum into an area. Of course, the call down is there, as well as a lot of AoE by the Gyrocopter. But all this will fail in the second, for example, the Gyrocopter is getting burst down, so his sustained damage and his AoE damage fails. It all fails as well if the puck doesn't get the initiation, or if people run out really, really fast, and just like 1-2 people will be vacuumed, walled, etc. So I'm really, really scared that this is too high level of execution what Vega Squadron picked here. On the other side, we have a good core, we have nice initiation, we have a silence, we have multiple stuns, we have split push. Nice push overall anyway, also decent counter push if you actually look at it. So I think LemonDogs overall, the versatility of their draft is much higher. They can easily go into multiple situations and states of the game, while Vega, their draft will crumble if it tilts towards LemonDogs' favor, for example, push-wise.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much on the same page as you as far as that's concerned. I think, Vega, they definitely have a pretty nice strategy going on here, like the super aggressive, we're just going to take chaotic team fights 100% of the time type of strategy is fine, and Vega are pretty well positioned to actually execute that. But I just think LemonDogs probably have more of their bases covered. It is, of course, possible we see Vega get away with this, and they just end the game, or effectively end the game in 10 minutes. Like, they don't take Raxes or whatever in that time, but they have such a crushing lead that LemonDogs will be purely on the defensive, and when you have the mobility of of Nature's Prophet with the Beastmaster to help set up for ganks with the Mystic Flare and whatnot, then it's I guess possible to come back, but it still will be potentially a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Anyway, let's introduce them. I have no idea what the pause is actually for. They just asked for a second, so we just take that second and introduce them.
Alright, so LemonDogs, they're going to be on the Radiant side. We got Steph Style, who's going to be playing the Skywrath Mage. Frigalite is going to be standing in, playing the Earthshaker. Krilly is on the Nature's Prophet. Eris Loco on the Beastmaster. That leaves E-Skill on the Shadow Fiend.
Yep, and on the other side, we have RC playing that Visage. Mag is playing the Darkseer. Very important role for him. Even more important, the puck here, played by no one. Bashu on that Gyrocopter, and Seema the Slayer on the Night Stalker. Also very fitting name for the role he's gonna play in here.
Yeah, and always with flavor wins, man. Counts a lot. So, okay. Apparently we're just wrong, man. Still, I'm gonna stick to my guns, man. It's Darkseer. Win rate be damned. You need a Darkseer who's actually very well positioned if you're gonna have a successful game. I still don't think he's strong enough to just pick up and just be okay with.
Yep, and did you see the stats there?
Dude, that's exactly what I was referencing. What the hell are you smoking?
Wait? What?
That's what I just
said. Well, I just had you muted for a second when I had to reload my stuff, but okay. I just caught the end of it, Mike. I'm so sorry. Did I offend you?
God, you're just God, why are you doing this? Why today? Breaking my heart, man.
Actually, I did that yesterday too, a tiny bit.
You're always breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we slept together in one
Don't
room.
talk about that to the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's between you and me. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, guys, don't really know what the or Seema Slayer asked for a second. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna have a quick little pause because, God damn it, Petty. We're just gonna have
something
a
very
quick little pause for these teams to actually get oriented with themselves. Let's take a look at how these lanes are gonna break down for the Vega side. It's most likely just gonna be what you would expect, I would say, like Gyrocopter going along with Night Stalker Visage up towards top. Mag solo lane, no one solo lane. Do you think there's any possibility though of them going on offensive tri lane with these three heroes?
In theory, it could work out, but that I don't think they're gonna be so fancy. But let's see where this one is going. By the way, I have one thing in chat that is really hilarious. Someone just said the overlay is too goddamn loud.
I'll turn down the volume of it. It's not our overlay, guys. We didn't make it. Don't blame us.
But it's not the overlay. Like, how can an overlay be loud? It's
like
the comment,
really
and he didn't say
flashy
kappa
and
behind
bright
it. So
and
I
stuff.
think he was actually full-time serious.
It doesn't look... The sponsor thing could be a little bit more subtle. That's about it.
I guess. Yeah.
So go riot at the sponsors, guys. They're taking up too much real estate.
You could put it top right if you can actually move it, or
No,
if it's
that's
not a
just
whole
built
thing.
into it.
Oh, it's built into it. Too bad. Well,
Alright, well,
yeah, I agree.
you guys are gonna have to deal with it. It's your problem, not ours. We don't look at the overlay. But guys, LemonDogs, they're positioned up for the top rune. Looks like Krilly, he's lagging behind a little bit. Is there any chance that they're gonna be taking 3 heroes at the top lane, or do they really want to secure this rune? It looks like they're gonna maybe get into a fight over this, but I don't know. Getting into a fight with Gyrocopter at level 1 is usually a pretty bad idea.
Oh, but if he comes here, he will die. Like, no matter how strong Rocket Barrage is, even on level 1. So it's gonna be a 50-50 rune split just as usual, and then he's already heading towards the lane. It might have been interesting if we had, I don't know, maybe the Darks here already there, but no. Even there, a level 1 situation with a Fissure into potentially raises and the right clicks, I definitely think they would just easily win a one-on-one fight at the moment. LemonDogs, that is.
LemonDogs have stuns and Vega really don't. Like, they have, you know, small stuns, ways to interrupt TPs and stuff like that, but as far as hard crowd control is concerned, they're pretty much all in the slow department, which is fine sometimes, but other times it's really not what you want. Looks like bottom lane, the 2v3 lane, Mag and Seema are 2 melee heroes up against, well, at the very least, 2 range heroes, so right off the bat, they're going to be taking a lot of chip damage, with one of them being Scarif Mage. They're in a lot of trouble now. Mag walled off with the Fissure. He does have his Ion Shell up, but he's going to have to run all the way around, taking the beating the entire time. He's going to drop his Ion Shell on Seema before he dies. Hopefully, Seema can get something for the Vega side, but I don't know if he can. Step Style, though, is very weak, prone to these right clicks, but Seema, I think, canceled that one. He's going to put a lot of damage into the other end, but that Fissure from Frigolite was picture perfect, and now he's going to land another Fissure. Seema the Slayer, Arcane Bolt, that's going to be lethal. With the Treant still working away, it's a double kill for Steph Style. Mag is also dropping really low, just trying to get in there to help, and this is, well, I guess the type of gameplay that Vega wanted, except not the type of outcome.
Well, it's for a reason called Night Stalker, not Date Stalker. Really, problem is the 30 movement speed difference. Like, he can have Iron Shell as much as he wants, but he will not follow anyone, especially, the Scarif Mage has 30 more movement speed. The Earthshaker has almost similar movement speed, even though he has no boots. That's really the biggest problem. This combo is just dangerous when it's night, and it wasn't night, so easy 2 kills there for LemonDogs.
And even the Treants, like, they usually don't do that much damage over the course of a fight, but that fight was so long because it was pretty much, well, it was, the duration of the fight was longer than a Fissure duration, let's just say. So it was at least 8 seconds. That's 8 seconds where the Treants are just beating down on the opposition, and it doesn't do a lot of damage initially, but it very quickly adds up. Up towards top lane, Visage, as well as the Gyrocopter. They're going to be zoning out Eris Loco, and as far as Beastmaster lanes are concerned, this is probably more or less what he expected to happen, but he does have to worry about Pashibashu, who is going for points in Rocket Barrage, so he's going for the aggressive build, and he's also going to straight up rush the phase boots. So at that point, the Visage can leave the Gyrocopter alone versus this Beastmaster, and they'll be just fine.
Yep, definitely. No, there's a go on that Beastmaster, but he doesn't care. Like, Visage gets probably more damage after all than actually the Beastmaster due to Stout Shield, more armor, etc. And oh, is there a go in the mid? Yeah, beautiful Fissure.
Well, no one is a puck though, so Fissure is going to connect, but it's not exactly going to do that much. Shadow Fiend still doing a pretty decent job versus this puck. Usually the worst part of this lane for Shadow Fiend is, well, the first 2 or 3 minutes where he's just trying to get some souls up, but he has enough now so that he doesn't really have to be too scared. As long as he doesn't play things a little bit too fast and loose, he should be just fine. But down towards bottom lane, Mag is taking creep aggro once again. Steph Style surrounded, or a little bit surrounded, but no, he's going to be just fine. But it's actually up towards top where they do kill off the Beastmaster. Oh, long range attacks from the Visage, I assume.
Yep, that was Soul Assumption actually finish him off there. He was really low HP by the Gyrocopter. Bottom, I'll actually like the creep skipping, but oh, Night Stalker in a really awkward position. If they find him here, it's daytime. Oh, and he's seen. There is a fissure. The question is how and when and where does he cast it? He needs a nice angle to block it completely. He's trying to go to the side, and I think there's still a path through. Yes, he's gonna make it easy going. That was not as perfect as all the other fissures he casted so far.
You can't really expect everything from your Earthshaker, though. At that position, I don't really know if there was it was actually possible to land a perfect blocking fissure there. So Frigolite, trying his best to put some damage on, but over mid lane, no one getting a little bit too close to E-Skill. Raise canceled. He will throw the long range one out, but it's a little bit too short. Now Puck gonna try to turn around. Does have our Zeke there, but it's Eris Loco to arrive also. The Shadow Fiend is bottling up, has another raise. TP in from Krilly, orb out from no one, gets the silence onto Krilly as well. So, but there is a Sprout, and no one is now caught. Has a Tangle, he'll try to eat through, but the treants are summoned. Now no one's completely body blocked by these trees. They will eventually get the kill, and they will. In the meantime, they also kill off the Night Stalker over in the mid lane. Vega, they're not getting off to a great start in this game.
Absolutely not. To be honest, I was just absolutely impressed by LemonDogs' Krilly's play here. Krilly, he knew that there's one Tango on the puck, so instead of just waiting for his Sprout to get eaten away, he summoned the second half of the Sprout just to body block with the creeps. That was absolutely amazing what he did there. He's also creep skipping with one of the treants, the creeps to the side, so they get an easy tier 1 tower. Krilly on the Nature's Prophet, really impressive. And also the Shadow Fiend. Usually Shadow Fiends versus pucks, it could tilt to either side, but this puck is completely on the run of this Shadow Fiend. Just absolutely aggressive. The raise is mostly on target, even baiting out, the phase shift, and then just fake casting it so the puck gets the raise in the face. It's pretty amazing what they play together at the moment.
And now E-Skill is going to get even more ahead just because he has a CS advantage, and he also has a tower under his belt. So a 3-kill lead for the LemonDogs side, and their push, I mean, it hasn't really gone into a pushing strategy necessarily. They have the Nature's Prophet, but they very firmly deviated away from that. They're going to find Steph Style with Mag and Seema. This is first nighttime, and this is a soft Skywrath Mage. They'll kill him off, but the Fissure's going to wall them off from Krilly. They cannot go for anything else, but it's still a nice kill for Vega nonetheless. That's a Skywrath Mage who's been claiming most of the kills from the LemonDogs side. But yeah, already a tower down is a lot earlier than you would really expect coming out from the LemonDogs side.
Yep, absolutely. This is the combo we were waiting for. It's early nighttime, which means, well, let's see if they still find something here. The Earthshaker still has a fissure, so that's not really working, especially not with just 1 point in Crippling Fear. That's just 5 seconds. Silence. So I think he should survive it.
Well, it is still nighttime, and they still have this combo, in theory, that they can run with. There is also a point in the Wall of Replica from the Darks here. It doesn't last a very long time, but as far as the damage output from those illusions, when everyone's such a low level, not really super impressive yet. Maybe they're going to make a play with it anyway. Krilly does not quite know that there's a hasted puck, although he does know that there's something right around the corner. Alright, they're just going to straight up dive it, orb through. Oh, Krilly spotted there, jumps in the puck, and now Krilly's going to try to TP away, but silence, and now he's going to die the very slow death in the corner. Puck's going to take the kill.
This was on the edge of the orb. That was kind of unfortunate for the Nature's Prophet. I'm not sure if no one really planned that, if they had vision on it or not. But well, too bad. So this way, well, at least they get some kills after 7 minutes into this game, after a horrible start. We have to see what develops top here. Is that a push already on the way? I mean, right now there's really the Gyrocopter hiding in the trees, similar to what we saw by Krilly in the bottom lane. And there's some rotations coming in. At the moment, it doesn't really look like it. The only rotation is the Nature's Prophet back from the dead into the tower push.
And Pasha knows that most likely he's spotted right now. If you see a Beastmaster involved in this push, you're going to be spotted. He has a call down, so he could use it to thin out the creep wave, but that's pretty much all it will do. So he should just fall back right now. Mid lane is also being pushed. Sima is going to slip right through that fissure wall, though. Void still being held. He'll use it right now, as no one does also have a coil. Friggly not getting any TCP support. Looks like the Shaker is going to be sacrificed to the Night Stalker or someone. Okay, Ion Shell, that's good too. Darkseer is going to claim that kill all the way from the bottom lane, and well, it's a tower destruction for LemonDogs' side. I'm actually really surprised that they actually went for that push. I would have thought they would have waited until level 7 from Beastmaster to get the Roar and maxed out Boar before they went for that play, but it's a tower.
Yep, it's a tower trade. They get, top 4 bottom, and at the same time they get the Earthshaker kill, and the Darkseer actually doing quite some nice farm. He's now claiming the enemy jungle, as well as like pushing towards the tier 2 tower and bottom. Overall, I really thought they should have rotated top Vega, but this way it's also fine. I mean, I think it was definitely a good trade for Vega overall.
And for Vega, especially when they start things off at such a bad start in this game, you know, losing tower is less than ideal, but at the same time, they don't really have that much that they could do about it unless they're willing to bring literally their entire team there, and they still need a little bit of time before that's actually an option for them. Mag, at the very least, needs to grab an item with the 1600 gold before he joins those fights, and no one would ideally like to have that Blink Dagger. He's not too far away from it, but yeah, if you join those fights and if you go down, your Blink Dagger is going to be heavily delayed.
Yep, absolutely. And well, after all this pushing and all this roaming, I think everything slowed down a bit. I mean, definitely on Vega's side, because we have the daytime again. So for Night Stalker, well, he could still use his ultimate, but it's not the real time you want to use it. You want to stack it up properly at a different timing. But let's see. It's really just farm mode at the moment. Even though in mid, for example, that puck could easily open, and there could be Night Stalker and Visage coming in and do something. Right now, Shadow Fiend is still easy to blow up with a 750 HP.
Especially since no one still has a coil, which I don't think he's used in this game. So, yeah, coil's still available. Just the nuke from Night Stalker, honestly, is all they need. And then, of course, nuke from Night Stalker, nuke from the Soul Assumption, and you're probably just going to get some kills off of that one. For Vega, I think what they're waiting to do right now is just get this lifesteal up, or, okay, they have the lifesteal up on Pashe. They should be looking for a Medallion on the Visage as soon as possible, and, you know, Mag can still get whatever he's going to go for. Probably that mechanism for the team, but Roshan should be what Vega should be positioning themselves for. In the Roche Pit, it is so very difficult for LemonDogs to actually fight there. They could scout it out pretty darn well, but as far as fighting into a puck, into a Darkseer, and a Gyrocopter, I don't really think it's going to happen.
Yep, and the push just got a bit stronger here on LemonDog's side, because we get the mech finished now on our Shadow Fiend. Oh, and I actually found someone. Oh, that is such overkill, but this will definitely lead to a kill. Never mind that. He's still alive somehow.
Oh man, that's what happens when you layer all of your CC up against a puck. They tried to go for the burst strategy, and it looked like that was going to be enough. It definitely did, but you gotta remember that these Whirling Axes are not being leveled by the Beastmaster. They're only level 1, and well, they don't get amplified by the Seal of the Scarith Mage, and he himself is only level 3, so the silence doesn't last for too long. They went for the very greedy way of going for that kill. They probably could have roared the puck, you know, put some damage into him, waited, and then silenced him afterwards. And then they probably could have gotten the kill there, but definitely not the case. And now, no one is very close to his Blink Dagger. She needs 30 more gold.
Yep, so this is quite a surprise, but oh, look at the Gyrocopter going am there on the Earthshaker, but he just TP's out. There's not a single point in Rocket. And yeah, back to this puck, like they didn't manage to burst him down, and well, he lost his tower early. That's what our statsman said, but farming-wise, he's still doing decent in this game. Look at his gold right now. It's exactly enough for a Blink Dagger, not a single gold too short. He has no TP right now, which means he has to manually go somewhere, but it should all be good. He can probably find a kill right now with that Blink Dagger. LD, they don't know about it, so this is definitely a surprise Blink Dagger.
Not only can they get kills with this Blink Dagger, but they could also take team fights, you know, after, you know, Blink Dagger initiation fails or something like that, because they also have the Mag Darkseer with the mechanism at the ready. So this push from LemonDogs, I mean, they're going to go for it because all the previous ones have worked out. But this time Vega are going to be, at least, you know, it's possible for them to defend this. Whether or not they want to, that's a completely different story. It might just be a little bit too risky for them, but no one has shown off his Blink Dagger right now, and with no Gyrocopter coming in just yet, It doesn't seem like they're going to make this play. No, TP in. Coil's going to catch onto 2. No one's going to get the same silence onto those 2. Frigolite going to go down before he casts anything. Now the wall goes down. Huge zoning tools. E-skill off to the side is going to pop the Requiem, but it doesn't do that much damage. The rest of the heroes being chased out by Pasha. He's going to not get Krilly though. TP out. E-skill not as lucky though. Will die to the orb. Now they're going to orb forward right into the Beastmaster. He's going to die as well. Steph Style is going to sneak into a corner and TP out, but Vega, as promised, they surprise with the coil and they jump in there with the fight with the mechanism at the ready, and they take a pretty sweet fight, 3-1.
And I love how the illusion is at the moment denying the tower. That's quite hilarious.
And because the wall replica was just buffed to last for 45 seconds, this is actually going to work.
Yep.
Well done, Darkseer.
Absolutely. And they transition directly into Roshan. That's quite a surprise. I mean, LemonDogs, they are on really low respawn timers, which means by now the first guys are already heading towards that Roshan. 50% on him. Earthshaker, well, he's far from Blink Dagger. Any surprise? Echo Slam, he doesn't even have the Echo Slam on level 4, obviously. So I'm not really sure if that's a fight you want to go in. The timing is just not right, but there's a Fissure scouting it all. Now the Gyrocopter being, of course, a bit in trouble, but oh my god, look on the other side.
He's going to just let the urn do its work on the Frigolite. He will get mech'd up so he won't die immediately, but Eris Loco not as lucky. They will snipe the Beastmaster before anything else. For LemonDogs, they just didn't expect that to happen. I think they were thinking the same thing as you, where there's no way that Vega are ready to fight right now. They're in Roshan, right? We just took a team fight that, you know, even though we lost, we did rough them up pretty badly, but no, they jump in, kill off the Beastmaster, and Pasha didn't even leave the pit. He had call down the entire time. Now he has a double life. This game started off so great for LemonDogs, but I think it was really just the first nighttime phase where Seema just
look
went
at
off
that
like
Night
a rocket.
Stalker.
He's gonna try to
Does he
go
have
for
vision?
Krilly.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah. Close, no cigar though. It's not really a terribly huge deal. I don't even... Actually, Night Stalker with this much mana probably can get the kill. You just silence and then you have the Ion Shell. That will just kill off the Nature's Prophet, but yeah, Krilly, though he did get off to a really good start, they do have 3 towers down. It just doesn't feel like they have those towers down because the gold advantage firmly in favor of Vega by quite a margin, and same thing is for experience.
Yep, I'm actually surprised that Vega is still that good in the game. I mean, the start was nice for LemonDogs, but yeah, now they took over like almost 8 kills in a row, better engagement. The bottom fight was quite a disaster. Now Roshan even solidifying all of that. The split push was there. We saw it like the first time that the Nature's Prophet said, okay guys, they're going for Roshan, so I try to do something and make it happen. Top half of the tower had to pretty much crumble upon the little nature attack of nature trees whatsoever. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe these ancient stacks, they could of course remedy everything a tiny bit for LemonDogs, but then again, their experience is also so low. We mentioned it already. The supports in comparison, they just, I don't know. Even the roaming Night Stalker is level 8, while we have the Skyroth Mage still on level 5, no ultimate. The Earthshaker is now level 5, also still no ultimate. Far away from Blink Dagger initiation, Echo Slams whatsoever. I really think LemonDogs, they do something wrong when it comes to just, yeah, getting the experience up, especially on position 4 and 5 players.
Right now, like if you look at their supports, they have threatening skills. Skyroth Mage just picked up his ultimate, so now he's an actual threat, but not really a threat comparable to that of the Night Stalker or the Visage. Like, you could look at the Shaker and say, well, his Fissure is a threat, but then you look at the Visage and say, okay, Visage is a threat, the Night Stalker is a threat as heroes, not just as skills, and they will take down a tier 1 tower very easily. They still have this Aegis, and they still will have it for a very long time, but this is where LemonDogs' draft will also start to kick in. They have the ability to rat pretty easily unless Stepstyle gets caught, and he will. No one with the orb, coil in, blink. Ion Shell doing its work as well, and Skyroth Mage, still that very soft hero, is going to go down solo to this puck.
Yep, this ward here was absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. They saw exactly who's going top. Skyroth Mage, easy target. They were, well, in range, let's say it like this, with Blink Dagger Orb, you can easily, yeah, just get to him. He tried to TP, but yeah, that was just not it. Like, that was one of the slowest impending dooms I've ever seen. Because, yeah, I knew like half a minute before that this is gonna happen. Anyway, Krilly, of course, still split pushing bottom, so that's a good thing, especially now that like everybody of Vega squad is top. They have to TP if they want to defend that tier 2 tower. The rest, well, I don't know, Earthshaker. I'm trying to find this also solution how the Earthshaker, for example, could get some level and farm, but the problem is with the Nature's Prophet on the pitch, you always have the lanes pushed out. There's nothing coming in where the Earthshaker can really benefit from it. Jungling obviously is not an option. The Ancient Stacks was just done with the entire team, so he just got partially some XP there. This is looking bad for the Earthshaker. He has good fishers, but of course, him transitioning into like actual valuable members of LemonDogs, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, maybe he'll get some stacks up in this jungle. I think that's like one of the ways he does it. The other way is random team fight where he happens to survive, which is, let's just say very, very unlikely given the fact that Vega have such high mobility heroes in the Puck, Darkseer, and the Night Stalker. Their goal is going to be take down the Earthshaker first because they don't want to deal with those stuns. They still don't have to deal with an Echo Slam even, but despite that, they will be able to kill off the Earthshaker so very quickly that they're going to make that play because they can. The Shaker is not going to get a Blink Dagger for a very long time. Usually, 25 minutes in is about when you could expect your Earthshaker to have a Blink Dagger. Unless something really changes, unless LemonDogs start taking down all the towers in this game, that's going to be a dream for this Earthshaker. So for Vega, they still have this Gyrocopter who's farming away. Sanjin Yasha and Helm of the Dominator, he has a truckload of gold, and for the answers from LemonDogs, outside of just a Roar Mystic Flare combo, they are going to struggle to kill him off, and even then, I think a Roar Mystic Flare combo will fall short.
Yep, definitely. And now we're at this point, like yesterday, it's bullshit talk time. Pauses.
Is that time already?
Pauses are just amazing. Oh, pause trivia. Puck on average casts 9 Dream Coils per game, catching 13 heroes in total, also on average. Okay, so we had we had 2 coils so far. One called the Earthshaker Shadow Fiend in the bottom fight, and the second coil was on that Scarf Mage top. So we are at 2 coils, 3 heroes by now. Petty, please catch up with those stats at the end of the game. I'm actually curious if we hit more than average today.
But that's actually perfectly average, or like more or less. Like 9 catching 13, that's like 1.5, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Pucks catch on average 1.5 heroes per Dream Coil, guys. That's the takeaway.
Well, it's more like 1.2 or something, but math is hard.
Screw you, dude. It's not 1.2. It's one. Well, he caught 1.5 this game, and 9 coils for 13 is about 1.5. It's like 1.45 or something like that.
No, it's not. Like, if it was 9 and 18, then it would be 1 point... No, then it would be 2.
What? Then it'll be 2.
Fuck me.
What the hell are you smoking?
I don't know.
9 times 1.5. Well,
yeah,
9 is 4.5. That's 13.5.
Delete me from the game, please.
Dude, you trying to outmath me? Get the hell out of here. No one is going to outmath me, because when we're casting, like, real, like, when this game is going, I can't do math for shit, but give me a pause, then I'll do it. But that's not actually a challenge. Don't give me math to do right now.
It's just me being nervous in the presence of a statsman, because those guys, they know their stuff. Like, they're all about
math
numbers
and we don't.
Everything. What?
They know math?
Yeah, they do. At least they know reading math off certain sites and putting it into fancy words where people actually get some information off of this.
But hey, that's like now something that you could say. I don't know how useful that's going to be as like an information tidbit. Just being like, oh, well, this puck has so far hit like 0 people. God damn it, Petty. Stop showing off.
He's such a humble personality.
Yeah, clearly so humble.
Economics exam, what was the whole thing with that exam? It was about, what, marketing strategy or something like that? Nothing to do with numbers. That's why he can show up.
No one had a calculator, though. Calculators weren't allowed because you're not supposed to use them. I see how it is. That's how you become a stats man. You just take the appropriate facts and then you apply them.
Yeah.
We believe you, Petty. We believe you.
The exam was about human resourcing, like something like, what happens if I fire 1 statsman, how many statsmen are left in the game?
How many statsmen does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Or that, yeah. And for that, you definitely don't need a calculator. And it's DDoS! Guys, it's real. It's the DDoS arena.
Guys, why you gotta be like this? Please ban me.
Guys, someone in chat is like, please ban me. You shall have your wish, my friend. You are banned.
Don't ban. Timeout. If someone asks, oh god, well there it goes. Rip in pieces.
Well, I actually did the timeout. Because he's a nice guy. He asked nicely for the ban, so it's just like a semi-ban. Sort of
timeout
thing.
Is like 10 minutes, something like that, right? I'm pretty sure I saw on one stream.
Yeah, 600 seconds.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I saw on one stream, like, someone got timed out for, like, literally a second. It was hilarious. Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
1.45. Boom. Oh, 1.44? Damn. I'm so wrong.
See,
I
you
love it.
suck at math too.
I know. I should just quit and, well,
Oh, it's
actually
actually
doing the
even.
exact perfect thing that lets me not do math. There are so many
It's
other things that I
1.444
could be doing that
period.
would involve math.
So it's like infinity, like the real stuff.
What? What?
And just look. I mean, okay, I'm trying to find out what the chat actually, which one of that is accurate. But
Just
it's obviously
do it yourself,
3.22.
dude. It's yeah, I think it's 3.22. I just ran the numbers, guys. It's 3.22.
If you
Oh
round
hey,
up,
wait,
it's
look,
all
Arzik
three.
is back.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, please. No DDoS Arena anymore. Well, he could still be DDoS and just disconnect in a second again, which would be horrible.
Well, don't say that, dude. What the hell? You had to say something. You had to say it.
Well, I love to always see the direction of the chat 2 minutes later.
Oh yeah, that's
Retard
the
pass.
best when we're
I
like
think he
on a
means you.
completely different topic, and then they start talking about what we were just talking about 2 minutes ago. That's the
Yep.
best.
That's like circle jerking. That's how you actually do a real
What?
cast. Like you say something, 2 minutes later the chat talks about it, and 2 minutes you loop back to the old topic. Circle jerking pretty much everything in a 4 minute rotation
And then that goes on literally forever.
till
We're in-
we unpause the game, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a never-ending time loop. Help, guys, we're stuck in a time loop.
Oh well.
DDoS again.
Well, let's see if he can actually. I don't know. He's reconnected, but I'm not really sure if he's still up to play. I really hope
Hey,
we
you don't
get
need
some
to
more.
have your Visage player there. You could easily micro a Visage with someone else.
Hmm.
It's an easy
Just
hero.
take away the hero, get the birds up.
Yeah, you don't actually need him. He's level 7. You got birds.
Oh, and see, there are actually rules in this tournament here. I didn't know that. I mean, we are just helping out today, guys. So we are actually not casting this tournament. It's really just us casting one game, because they have a lot of games today.
Yeah, they
Anyway, so they have nice break rules, maximum time, etc. And we are back in the game.
Alright, guys, so we're just going to get right back into it. The state of the game, Vega on the warpath, pretty much. They still have this Aegis, and they've already taken down a tier 1 tower. Krilly doing his best to split push the bottom lane, and he will put a lot of damage into this mid lane, not as much. But yeah, they don't really care about this, I don't think. Vega can easily just go in, clean this tier 1 because it's already so weak, and then even go for a tier 2. And the split push for Krilly isn't that fast. You can't outrace this many heroes.
No, you definitely can't outrace this, but no one is disturbing him at the moment, so he will definitely do some damage also with the new Triune Wave coming in. That's entire creep wave, and there's the rotation now. It's actually Night Stalker coming in, so he gotta be really, really fast.
Oh, Sprout goes up. Puck is going to find Krilly, though. There's a Darkseer here as well with the vacuum. It's going to pull Krilly back. He's going to waste some time, but I don't see any scenario where he escapes this one unless Vega really mess up. They're not using Ion Shell. They're going to miss an orb, and now, well, Void's going to take the kill. Pasha was also there to cut him off. They, didn't take down the tier 2 tower, but they did defend their tier 2 tower and then some, and now they could go for a different push, but their Aegis is timing out very shortly.
Yep, definitely. I mean, so there goes pretty much the trade we were talking about. I thought he's gonna make a dent into the tier 2, then going back. Instead, he feeds himself away, doesn't do too much damage, and they lose the tower as well. So definitely a nice one here for Vega. So 10 and 5, 18 minutes in, even though LemonDogs, they had such a good start, but it comes back to what we already said, like the experience distribution, also the gold distribution on LemonDogs side is everything but favorable. Vega claiming more and more space, and this looks like really they're going into the bottom lane, pushing more, while mid lane, the creeps themselves, especially now with Iron Shell, they're just doing it on their own. If this is really a tier 2 trade, I don't think that's good for LemonDogs, because Vega, they can just get so much more out of certain pushes.
I mean, I think the immediate tier 2 tower trade is good for LemonDogs, just like the exchange of gold is what they want. What they don't want, though, is for Vega to continue on with aggressive plays and go into the Raxes. That's really where things get bad. They will take down the tier 2 tower up towards top. Tier 2 tower will also die in the bottom, but like right now, it's fine for LemonDogs, but the threat really comes where Vega make the next push, and they're going to break up high ground, just brute force it. Then the split push from LemonDogs, like, Krilly has been doing his best, but there's no way that Nature's Prophet, again, races that many heroes. He's going to intercept Courier, maybe. That'll be pretty sweet for him. Free Courier.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yep. Well, 0 cargo. So it's just like half a courier kill. It really gets interesting. I mean, yesterday we had a 3.5 something K courier snipe with a half a Scotty or entire Scotty in there. That was pretty interesting.
I do not remember that happening, dude.
Yeah, it was the Slark Scotty. Come on. It's just not even 24 hours ago.
I think you're crazy. Hefla confirmed crazy. But either way,
anyway, there's a nice call down in the mid, just making sure the push is all there. And LemonDogs, well, at the moment it really looks like they just want to avoid every single fight.
And they really should right now. Like, Nature's Prophet, that's going to be his job. Everyone else is going to shove the lane as best they can without putting themselves in much danger. And Earthshaker, he's so close. He's crawling closer and closer to his blink, but he doesn't know that no one's right around the corner. But no one knows there's someone here, and he sees Frigolite. Oh, he knows that Frigolite is there, but Frigolite doesn't know. Here comes the puck, and now Frigolite, he had 1,500 gold, but now he's going to have just a little bit less. He's going to put a lot of damage into no one, but that was his entire damage combo, and, well, now he's at 1,300 gold.
That is actually quite interesting to use the Echo Slam there, because at level 1, and he's just level 6 right now, this is a 150-second cooldown, so when he comes back, he still has 130 seconds left. That's very interesting, to be honest.
I think there's a 0% chance that he actually gets the kill there or gets out, so I guess it was just him panicking a little bit, but yeah, it's a cooldown that you don't really want to spend willy-nilly, and now it's actually nighttime for the Vega side. They could make a really aggressive play because it is nighttime, also because they just grabbed the BKB on Pashe, so tier 2 towers probably going to be the objective here for Vega, because I don't really see any other items that are worth waiting for.
Yep, absolutely. And well, let's see where this one is going. Oh, there's some nice stats popping in. Oh, see.
OP. Nerf Darkseer. Give him another +1 second on the vacuum cooldown. That'll do it.
4,626. That's actually quite a lot. I mean, in this combination, it might even do more because you really have a nice combination where the Iron Shell like goes for a lot of damage, especially on the Night Stalker. You can just chase targets away. Everything else doesn't really work out. We talked about this in the draft. Now LemonDogs, of course, they get some nice farm away to Vega.
Their stack is being jacked, and Eris Loco is going to come in, but he doesn't even have enough mana to do anything about it. Vega will fall back, knowing that more than likely LemonDogs are going to be coming in force. I don't think they actually got any of them. Maybe they got the little blue
the small
lizard.
Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Not
2 or
too
3
big.
Ancients. In the end, it was nice preparation for the Shadow Fiend who claims that stack. But look at this ward here on this nice position there. It really scouts almost everything, especially around daytime that is coming. And now, well, they try to claim some vision back, which LemonDogs, they really, really need that. Because at the moment, it really feels like Vega is just moving freely all over the map.
Well, there's some vision for the LemonDog side, and they see Seema with it. They also have a Blink Roar now available for this Beastmaster. So jump in, Blink Roar, Seema Slayer sitting in a Mystic Flare. You'll get annihilated. Very easy kill. So then now Vega know that there is vision up in this area, or at least somewhere in this area. But kill on the Night Stalker, it's gonna help LemonDogs to not die during this nighttime phase, but they can't really go aggressive right now, and that's really what they want to be doing with this draft, going aggressive, especially after getting a pick. But instead it's going to be Vega saying, screw it, don't have our Night Stalker, no problem. We have a Darkseer with a mech, and we have Pasha who's really stacked and chasing down for Steph Style. Call down is going to have to be used if they get this kill, and Steph Style is going to dodge the first missile. But he's going to get caught up though. I mean, there's Yasha and Travels on the Scourcopter. He's flying quick, and Steph Style's not quick enough. Eris Loco's going to cut some trees. Here comes Frigolite. Echo Slam available. Will use on Pasha, but now he pops the BKB. Just going to turn around with that Flag Cannon available. Vacuum back onto 2. Not going to do it. In fact, they're going to go for Frigolite instead. Bet they wish they had a vacuum now. That's going to be everyone to escape, and 10-second BKB charge down the tubes for Pasha.
Radiant's top tower
So
is under
ballsy.
attack.
Like Pashu, like wow. He was just chasing him from mid through a tier 2 tower, diving into like the trees behind the tier 2 tower. He knew that they can't really do anything, especially with the 10-second BKB. They can use as much as they want on him. You can just walk out of there, especially also if you have a Darkseer around with Glimmer Cape, as well as a Mech and as well as a Surge. So this is just impressive at the moment how aggressive he plays. They know exactly what kind of state of the game they have, and easy going. This is a tier 2 tower in mid, or maybe even more. Definitely a nice fight coming in.
He's still going to pop his BKB. Requiem is out. Pasha taking a lot of damage. No BKB, but he's going to get glimmered up. Maybe it's going to be close. No, he will go down. Vacuum. No wall from Mag. He's lacking the mana. And with Vega, without their gyrocopter, they have to fall back. Seemo's going to get caught in the Sprout. He will cut right through that with a Quelling. Crilly's gonna blink forward looking for someone else, but the Scarif Mage to die in the back, and they get the stuns though onto Seema the Slayer. He's still dropping low, but not quite low enough. 50 HP he gets to live, and now Eris Loco, he's taking the damage. He's gonna run straight to no one. That's gonna be his doom for sure. Arzeek still man fighting up against Krilly. E-skill not doing any damage because he had to walk all the way around, but Arzeek, he's completely trapped with so many creeps there. He'll get beaten down by the Treants. It's probably the best fight that LemonDogs could have expected, but even then, Frigolite, oh, Seema the Slayer walled off by a Fisher, can't quite get close enough for the Void. That will be his escape, but after all said and done, it's a good fight for LemonDogs, but it's still a 3-for-2 for Vega.
I don't know, that was a pretty clumsy fight, I think, on both sides. Because that Fisher, for example, where the Night Stalker got kind of in trouble with the Visage, that was more helping Vega because it was blocking the chase pretty much. Then the last Fisher was good, but in the meantime, of course, I don't know, we also saw the Walnut coming out, even though it was a perfect situation, like 4 heroes in the same spot, but well, he just didn't have enough mana. He used so much mana before that even using the Soul Ring just didn't give him enough. That wall, so not playing any role, and we have the Gyrocopter going into Roshan alone. I mean, he should be fine in theory, but they can't spot it out. Instead, they spot out the puck. Oh my god, silenced up, easy right clicks there for Krilly, and that's a good kill. It's a really high value kill.
Fortunately for them, they are probably not going to expect this Roshan now after the puck goes down, so I don't know if this is going to be spotted. There is a Hawk kind of in the area, and it's going to see enough so that it knows, or they should know that the Roshan is being cleared out, but can they get here in time? Krilly, he's going to confirm with the whole bunch of Treants. Pasha, though, has his Flat Cannon available to him, and Mag, of course, his Ion Shell. Roshan's still dropping lower and lower. LemonDogs, Frigolite does have a Blink Dagger right now.
Now they see it.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is
gonna get bashed and roared and fissured and echo slammed and mystic flared, everything. He does get glimmered out a little bit now with the BKB up. He's gonna try to lifesteal it out. They're gonna take down 2 with the call down. Pasha's still standing strong right now, grabs the Aegis, and they kill off the Shadow Fiend. No, wait, Shadow Fiend's up in the air and said he's still alive, but not for long. He's gonna try to go for this Gyrocopter, but it's a little bit too short. Krilly is up on the high ground, but he'll die as well. It's a triple kill for no one. What a call down for the Gyrocopter, and the wall. That position pretty much doesn't get better than that, but that's what happens, man, when you go into a Roshan pit up against these types of heroes from Vega. You get annihilated.
This was so bad. Like, if the Gyrocopter was just a tiny bit lower, he would have died on the Roshan, and it would have been a disaster for Vega because they never had the damage to actually push that through. But the Gyrocopter surviving on 250 HP, popping the BKB, and then just going full ham, and even surviving with the Aegis he just got there, more or less in the crossfire. Roshan died. Oh my goodness, this was so bad, and now it's raining items, and not just any items, really crucial items into Vega's item slots. Well, I was lacking a good word there. Either way, so we have a Ganem Scepter on the Visage, we have a Taxia Ganem Scepter now, which is also quite interesting. I mean, it's when he gets the wall off, then those illusions, they actually start really hurting. I don't know how LemonDogs can really come back on this one. Also, the graphs are just displaying what we just saw in this fight.
Yeah, LemonDogs, getting a little bit of recovery time, but then sharp spike down in favor of the Vega side. Outside of those items that are completed for Vega, they also have a Night Stalker who's closing on his Aghanim Scepter. The Gyrocopter, because he did live, is holding on to a ton of gold after picking up travels. They're going to catch the puck in the river area. No Roar, though. It's a little bit hesitated by Eris Loco, and no one's going to turn around with the coil. Going to catch Step Style. He actually snaps it. No one might like the damage right now. Sprout into Step Style, but that's not going to help him. He will go down. Now Krilly is on the run. He should be just fine, however. With that pick-off, Vega can assemble in mid or top and go directly for this push. And, well, this is a push that is going to be very difficult for LemonDogs to handle.
Yep, definitely. And, well, I mean, at least the Shadow Fiend gets now some slack time. He can do something with this, but overall, I'm not really sure. In the mid, the tier 2 tower definitely going down. Just the backdoor protection at the moment helping a bit. New creep wave arrives, so that's easy going down. Shadow Fiend pushing bottom. Top, we have also 2 pushing. Actually, the Beastmaster now coming back. They know they have to base defend now. And this could be potentially the last fight of the game, because if they break high ground here, then I just don't see how they come back on this. But at the moment, they still try to do something with split push.
That's really all they can do. It is going to work, I guess. Oh, wait, no, that's actually a yellow TP, so never mind. It's not going to work just yet. The Shadow Fiend Nature's Prophet combo can push very, very quickly. But again, I'm not sure if it's fast enough because, well, Vega have a really big Gyrocopter on the front lines. He's taking quite a few hits, but he has the Aegis, so he doesn't really care. And the Familiars, when they pop back up, this tower at the very least is going to die. Bottom lane, tower is also dropping very rapidly, but here comes no one with the orb through through onto Krilly. Has no coil though. Mag is going to drop the wall, and Krilly's going to try to TP straight after. There's way too much damage here, especially with the wall being deployed. That's going to be a free kill, and over in the mid lane, yeah, they dove in for that one. My bad for missing those kills, guys, but yeah, they didn't even use a BKB charge in the gyrocopter for those 2 kills. So it's a 3-0 in favor of Vega, and a tower in their favor, actually in trade. But now Eris Loco, he's caught as well. Grave chilled up. Seema doesn't really have enough to go in because the gyrocopter just TP'd to the top lane. So just 2 supports here for Vega, but still, these 2 supports are giving LemonDogs so much trouble.
I mean, what they just did in the mid was really so bad. It was, or unlucky, I don't know. They tried to get the Aegis rid of the gyrocopter there, but he survived with 15 HP. They even invested the raw on it. The Beastmaster didn't go for any right clicks. He just tried the axis might be enough, but in the end it was just not. So gyrocopter still having the Aegis. I don't know. It should expire at some point, pretty much soon. But yeah, again, a horrible fight. Still, they managed to actually stop the push, at least for a bit.
But now Mag, he has travels, and they're available so that he could travel to the mid lane, where it seems like Vega just want to continuously push and apply the pressure over in this lane. They don't have a butterfly on gyrocopter yet. It is very close to being purchasable by him, but he doesn't really care right now. He's going to go right up the high ground. Again, not a care in the world for him. Flat cannon on everyone. They get the sprout off onto Arzik. No Mystic Flare follow-up. That's actually really surprising. Might as well throw it to get a little bit of burst. Maybe they're waiting to actually take down Pasha with it. His Aegis is still holding true, though. Fissure is going to wall him off from the rest of his team. There's the call down. Going to connect up to no heroes. No one's going to jump right in. Coil onto 3. No follow-up just yet, and they don't really need to because they've already taken down the Raxes. Puck is going to dodge all of that damage, gets down to the low ground, and Rax is taken. Mag going to get Echo Slam. Flare is there as well, but it's a Darkseer with the Glimmer Cape. He's still surviving. He will go down in the end, but Bashu, he's going to pop the BKB with the Flat Cannon and just go to town onto everyone. Most of the heroes of LemonDogs still alive, though. Krilly's going to get caught on the retreat. The unlucky death there from the Nature's Prophet as opposed to his allies, but now Bashu, his Aegis gets reclaimed. He was never really in danger of dying, though. It's a 2 for 3, but Vega get Raxes.
Yeah, I mean, they get Raxes. I think, and that's the funny part, for LemonDogs did an okay-ish trade for the fact that they're so much behind in this fight, but Pashu is just zoning them out, especially Flat Cannon. This is just nuts. Like, he doesn't even have a single point in homing missile. He's really just doing all stats build. It's pretty interesting to actually see this, because I think at least 1 point in the rocket would be nice for all chases and zoning. And you also saw the ultimates, how they were used, like the coil or whatsoever. The only focus was get them away from the Rax or Rax defending, and well, we finished the Rax and then we go into a fight, and it worked out perfectly for Vega.
There was no wall, essentially there was no coil because they didn't follow up on it, and call down also was completely whiffed. Vega used all their ultimates in a zoning fashion, and sometimes it's what you need, and this is one of those times, but even with that, LemonDogs struggled to actually get a fight together. Blink Echo Slam definitely doing a lot of damage, but is Darkseer really the one you want to target? He does have a lot of threat with that, you know, vacuum wall. It's level 3 at this point, that wall with Aghanim Scepter, so it will hurt if it lands, but you kind of have to focus the gyro. Now Arziko, he's going to get caught, roared up, and flared. That's not where you want to be as the Visage, but hey, it's better the Visage die than the gyrocopter who's clearing out Ancients right to the north, and this is something that LemonDogs do know about, but it's a little bit too late for them to actually act upon. So Pasha's going to get like a quad or a 5 stack of Ancients cleared out, and now he has Butterfly and another 2,300 gold. If he grabs a Satanic next, it's going to be so hard for LemonDogs to burst him down.
Yep, I mean, gyrocopter's farm is not funny. Usually when you see someone buying a Butterfly, he's completely out of gold after this one. Well, look at his gold. He has 2,500, just bought the Butterfly like it's nothing, and I completely missed that kill. Beastmaster, what was he doing there?
He's trying to get some cash. They take down the Dyer's Courier. Krilly's this time gonna find a courier with some value on it. Looks like it was a Satanic Recipe. That's, I mean, it's nice because it's gonna jam up the gyrocopter's golds, but I don't think gyrocopter really cares. He couldn't afford that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Beastmaster buying back, they know this is potentially, again, the last fight. He's buying a Vladimir, so that's nice for the team, but I don't think this is going to change anything, especially the gyrocopter. He can just go against the tower, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, Coil Steps out is going to get forced out of it, but he's going to take so much damage afterwards. Eris Loco's going to get right to the front lines, but he can't get the ultimate off. And now the call down onto 2. Eskill with his BKB popped, he'll wind up the Requiem, but Pashi does not care. This Shadow Fiend just doesn't have any threat outside of that. That wall did absolutely nothing, but that's okay because still Vega are 2 kills up. Seema gonna get caught in the Sprout. He will chop right through that. No one get the silence onto Air's logo. Actually, no, he missed that one, but Pashi's still at more or less full HP. It's Crilly to slip away from the top side. E-Skill is gonna buy out into this game. Crilly still being chased down by no one. Sprout is there. No one has vision. He has enough damage as well. Crilly down. Now for E-Skill, they're gonna try to go double stomp from the familiars. Not gonna act upon that just yet because the melee Raxes are their priority right now, or the Raxes are at least. Frigolite has a blink echo, but there's no good angle right now. He's gonna get pulled right back into the wall. That's his death immediately. Crilly's gonna buy back, but he teleports right into a swarm of heroes. He's gonna die as well. They're just jumping one by one into this meat grinder, and Pashabashu, he was not in any danger in dying throughout that whole fight. It's Vega's win.
Yeah, he still has everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. They even gonna dive the fountain here just for the sake of it. Unfortunately, the game is by then already over. Well, this was definitely a one-sided game, even though LemonDogs, they had a very nice approach into the start of this game. But yeah, it was just not enough. They couldn't make anything out of that advantage. I really think what we said earlier, the level and the goal distribution in a team, that has to be better on LemonDogs. Those supports at 50 minutes not even being level 6 and everything, like Acro Slam, Mystic Flare, that has to come out. Vega Squadron did a hell better job there, and the whole synergy in the team just worked out. So it's a best of one. Congrats to Vega. We're gonna cast them later today again on another channel, game show on Hitbox.
Yep.
And that's pretty much everything.
Guys, that game is going to be happening in about an hour. It's going to be between the victors, Vega and Goomba, for the Game Show Invitational. It's going to be on our Hitbox channel, hitbox.tv/GameShowEN. And, well, again, that's going to be happening in an hour. But for right now, guys, we hope you enjoyed. And if you did, be sure to hit that follow button. And there we go. Yes, follow us at HeflaTV, at Mike Loris. And for the Statsman Petty, that is his Twitter handle as well. Yeah, and if you did like it, hit the follow button for this stream, and that's about it. It's been a pleasure covering for the Mountain Trail Challenge for today, and maybe they'll need us again, maybe not. But for right now, guys, we're going to call it. Thanks for watching. GG.